choices are my favorite.
What did you just say?
Awesome. Thanks, Tommy. Emmy, you're next.
I'm Emmy. I use she, her pronouns. I would be a lemon because they're very sweet, but like kind of like intensely sweet, and like I can be a lot sometimes in like a good way. But yeah.
Cool. Mimi, you're next.
Hi, I'm Mimi. I use she, her pronouns, and I'd be a strawberry because there's like worms in strawberries, and that's like really weird, and I'd want to like understand that.
Yes, I saw the video, or a video about that recently.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Interesting. Yeah. Miles, go ahead.
I'd be a mango.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure they grow in trees, but I'm not really sure. And
I think they do.
I'd rather be high up than on the ground.
Yeah. Thank you, Miles. Awesome. For the folks who just came in, we're doing introductions, so we're doing name, pronouns, and then the question of the day is, if you could be a fruit or vegetable, which one would you be and why? Or a particular type of fruit or vegetable. Zach, could you introduce yourself?
Sure thing. I'm Zach, he, him, and fruit or vegetable, I'm just gonna go with strawberry, because I like them.
Awesome. Thank you, Zach. Patrick, how about you?
I'm Patrick, he, him. I would be an apple, because it's the only really fruit I eat.
Cool. Thanks, Patrick. Alrighty. We've heard from most folks. Mercedes, I know you just came in. I don't want to put you on the spot, but would you be comfortable introducing yourself?
Yeah, sorry, I was just having some like technical issues, so I had to go on my phone instead. Wait, what was the question? Just introducing myself?
Introducing yourself, yes, a name, pronoun, and then if you could be a particular fruit or vegetable, what would you be?
So my name is Mercy, so my pronouns are she, her, and if I could be a fruit, I'd be a dragon fruit because I think they're cool looking.
They are. Thank you. Renee, are you available to introduce yourself and answer the question of the day?
Yeah, sorry. Hi, my name is Renee. Sorry, you said my favorite fruit or vegetable, right?
Got it.
I like mangoes, so yeah. Was that all? Sorry, my memory is terrible.
That's okay. That was all. You got it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Awesome. So we're gonna be doing some drawing today, and then we're gonna share about it. But you don't have to share your drawing if that's. You definitely can if you want, and you don't have to if that's too much, and you can just kind of talk about what came up for you, if you'd rather. But we'll start by the drawing. So here's the prompts. Think about something you like about yourself, or something about yourself that makes you feel proud. This can be something that you have struggled with or done work on to accept and love within yourself. With that sense of self-acceptance and pride in mind, draw something to celebrate this part of yourself. It can be a literal self-portrait or a representation of, whatever it is you're proud of. You could also think of shapes and colors and lines that may represent it more symbolically. There's no wrong way to do this. So we'll spend like 6 minutes doing this. Does anyone have any questions before we start? Okay. Feel free to like get up and go get markers or pencil or pen if you need it and you don't have it with you. And we'll do this until 1:44, 1:45, and then we'll come back together. Hi everyone. I am checking in about time. Does anyone feel like they need more time? Everyone feeling done? Everyone feeling good? Okay, cool. If you are still drawing, that's fine. You can keep drawing while we share. But we will come back together as a group. And now I'd like to hear from everyone. If you can either show us your drawing or tell us about it, or just tell us about like what thoughts came up for you, or if there was any challenges in this process for you. Is anyone interested in starting us off? Zach.
So I found the exercise slightly challenging in some ways. I was able to think of one thing that made me proud was I ran a game of D&D for the first time for my friends a few weeks ago, and I was really proud of that and really how well it went. Probably, I'm sure you're all sick of me talking about D&D at this point, but so yeah, I didn't really I was having trouble drawing that separate from the challenge because I had that, and then I really was struggling to come up with other things that I'm proud of myself for, that. But I was able to come up with that one thing. It was just kind of hard to draw.
That's totally valid. What did you end up drawing or trying?
I kind of ended up drawing all of us sitting around the couch.
That's really nice. I mean, that takes a lot of like confidence and creativity and planning. So
yeah, I was planning it for like 2 or 3 weeks.
I can imagine. That's definitely something to be proud of. Thank you for sharing. I was thinking you could draw the funny-sided dice, and I'm like, wait, that's actually really hard to draw too. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so makes sense. I'll probably just go down my list and call on folks unless anyone's feeling to go. Okay, I'll just go down my attendance. Paz, what was this like for you?
I was trying me like climbing a mountain, because that's kind of what this like whole mental health journey feels like.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, what, like, the climbing the healing or the learning new things? Like, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, kind of like an all-encompassing kind of thing. Like, it just feels like I'm like chasing the top of the mountain, and yeah, I don't know, like, I just like, that was the first thing I thought of, and I just kind of ran with it. So, I mean, I didn't like to think about it too hard, but yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great metaphor. Thank you for sharing. Molly, how about you?
Well, I was drawing like me talking, because I've gotten like better at contributing to groups.
That's definitely something to be proud of. When you started the group, was it, like, has it gotten more comfortable over time since you started?
Yeah.
What do you think has changed for you?
I guess I've gotten like more comfortable.
Yeah, opening up and like the ability to trust and communicate. Those are, it makes sense you're proud of this. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Liam, let's go to you.
So I did something kind of similar to Prez, like, mine was more like steps kind of that I like wrote things on that like I was things that I like wanted to work on, like honesty and like confidence, and then like I didn't really have anything like the top, which felt like I guess it like just keeps going because it's not like something that like I guess there's like a real end game, like you always keep getting better like with this kind of stuff, like mental health, like it's not there's not really like getting cured, or I guess that's kind of the thing. So it's just like a staircase that just like keeps going up and up and increasing.
I love that. Thank you. It's true. I think it's unrealistic to expect for anyone to reach this place where like, oh, and now I have no problems and nothing is hard for me. So just kind of having that like, generally we're in an upward trajectory type approach is more realistic for sure. Thank you. Tommy, let's go to you.
So I drew, like, I was trying to think of, like, something that I was proud of, and it was, like, the first thing that came to mind was something, like, that happened a few years ago, and then I've kind of, like, worked through and gotten more, like less triggered by it, I guess. So I drew, like, the scene of that happening, because I know that, like, if I'm in that, like a physical scene, like, I wouldn't be as triggered by it anymore.
Wow. That's really powerful, Tommy. Thank you for sharing. Emmy, you're next.
It was really difficult for me to find something to be proud of myself for, because I'm like always very hard on myself. Like, I feel like it may not seem like that because I'm always like speaking up in groups. Like, I feel like I might come off like kind of confident, but like not really, because I'm also always apologizing. But I drew like a tree, and it's kind of hard to explain. I'm not good at drawing, but like a tree and then a waterfall and then a rainbow and a plane leaving like a cloudy area. But like basically what I was trying to like imagine was like the cloudy area is like my like, you know, depression and anger and like trauma and all that stuff, and like, you know, it's like a waterfall now, like slowly like draining, you know. And like I am the tree. I've always seen myself as a tree, and like anyone who knows me knows that like I want to be reincarnated into a tree. Like I just like, they're very strong, and they like literally help people live. Like, you know, they give us oxygen, like they give shelter to animals and to people. Like you can make so much out of wood and, you know, like paper, and like it's just like trees are just amazing. And like they're just so strong and big and like live like so many years, and like they just endure so much weather and like heartache basically. And like, so I always imagine myself to be like a tree, and that's why I drew that. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I guess what being proud of was was like how strong I have been throughout my life, and how much like I've endured, and like even, I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but like even like when I want to give up, I always like know when to ask for help, because like at the end of the day, like there's always that voice in me that's like, but what if you keep going? Like what could you encounter if you keep going? Because like if you give up now, like you will never know. So like, you know, and like I guess that's like something to be proud of.
Absolutely. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Yes, trees survive so much, and they're really deeply rooted, so they can survive a lot of hardship, and they provide, life and like a habitat for so many things. That was really cool. Miles, let's go to you.
So I drew a basketball, but then like in between the lines, I like wrote down how I feel during basketball, I guess. I guess that's not really anything. It wasn't really anything to like be proud of. It was just like I want to feel that way, like when I'm not playing. You know what I mean?
Yes. How do you feel when you play basketball?
Like confident, very relaxed, like free flowing. You know what I mean? Like high energy.
Yes. That's really cool. I think it can be something to be proud of that you have an activity and an environment where you can access those feelings, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like it's your goal to bring that outside of that setting, too. But even having that to go to whenever you play, I think is great. Mimi, let's go to you.
So like, I drew like corn, but there's like a funny background to it. So like, oh, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like a corn, and then like an indigenous lady with the flag, and then there's a quote that's like, "Somos hecho de maíz," and it's like, we're made from corn, because in like my country, like I'm indigenous, and I've never really like understood my roots until recently, until I started like investigating more, understanding more of my culture, and like there's like our create like how we were born was our gods made us out of corn, and I feel like I'm connected to that because it's like so intriguing and interesting, so that's why. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Mimi. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that part of yourself. Patrick, let's go to you.
Can you skip me or no?
Could you give us like a few words?
Okay. One thing I like about myself is I'm a drummer, and I'm self-taught. So I just I didn't draw a drumstick, but I was just thinking of drawing of that when I was reading because I didn't have a notebook. So.
That is okay. Thank you for telling us, and that's really impressive. Thank you for sharing. Mercedes, let's go to you.
So I kind of had a hard time with this too. So I kind of just like started drawing like little squiggles, and then since my nieces like right now all they like sing or think about and dance is Encanto. So I kind of drew the candle. Then I drew the candle in the middle, and then I kind of thought, I'm like, okay, why do I keep like drawing this? Obviously because the song is stuck in my head. And then I was like, okay, so the candle kind of represents like being able to make like a light of like bad situations, and so I feel like I'm proud of like just being able to make light of situations. And then this is my drawing. It looks funny because I only had highlighters. I don't know how to turn the camera.
How do you turn it?
Here it is.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my drawing.
Thank you so much. I love that the image came first and then the meaning came second.
Yeah, because I didn't know what to draw.
That's okay. That's incredible. Thank you for that. Renee, let's go to you.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like draw anything because I just couldn't think of anything to draw. But,
that's okay. Is there any part of yourself that you're either proud of or like working towards in yourself?
Not really, but I guess no, not really. Damn, that's tough.
Sorry.
I know.
That's okay. This question, it's okay. Yeah, this can be really hard for people. I will say I'm proud of everyone who's here for investing in your mental health and well-being.
Well, I'm working towards that, I guess I could say. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And it's okay. This is challenging, and a lot of other folks said that too. Miles, did you have something else you wanted to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I didn't actually draw either. Like, I got the idea that I got from Praz. I hope I pronounced that right. Like, once he said his idea, like, that's where, like, everything popped into my head. So I didn't actually draw it down, but, like, I pictured it in my head. But, yeah, I couldn't draw it for, like, while everybody else was drawing either. So
That's okay. It's okay. I ask that people try their best, and I know that sometimes focusing is hard, and I appreciate everyone joining the conversation, no matter whether it was just brainstorming or drawing. Okay, so Jack, I know you came in like right at the end, so I imagine that you didn't have anything, but do you want to share anything or no?
I do have like not really it's not drawn. It's like a sculpture, but I did like a long time ago. But one of the things I really like about myself is that I have like a very wild imagination, which helps for making art. Like you can just make the weirdest shit, and it just feels amazing. And so I have. I need to unblur my camera. There we go. So I have this just weird, gushy blobby thing.
Yes.
With like intestines and stuff coming out the top. But that's fun and dandy.
Oh, that is so cool.
Nothing. I probably could have just gotten rid of this because it's really heavy. But I just kind of kept it here just for a memory.
I mean, it sounds like it's meaningful to you. Thank you for sharing your ceramic art with us. That is so cool. Okay, so let's see. There was a second part to the activity. I think we do have time to do it. We're not going to have time to hear from every single person for how the second part goes for them, but we'll at least get to hear from some people. So part 2 is, now that we've illuminated parts of ourselves that we have worked to feel proud of, let's extend that energy to the group. Please choose one of the following: write a poem or draw something. So you can draw again if you like that, or you can write or journal if you prefer. And you'll do this and express things you appreciate about the group of people here in Stride. Sorry, I made this for triangles, this person's triangle, but we're doing Stride. What has been helpful about spending time with this group of people, and how has it affected your mental health journey? So at first we were like, what are we proud of about ourselves? And now we're like, what are we proud of this group of people? Or like, how has it been helpful to be with each other in this group? Does anyone have any questions before we get into part 2? Okay. We'll just spend about 5 minutes doing this. So we'll come back together at 2:08. Okay, let's come back together. So, we'll just hear from whoever wants to share because we don't have a ton of time. We have about 7 minutes. But we'll take the rest of the time to share about either share your drawing or your writing or just what thoughts this prompt brought up for you. Miles, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, so I just wrote down like one of the songs I've been listening to a lot. Like I just wrote down my favorite line, and kind of what it like meant for me a little bit. And it's like, I'm a little sick right now, but I swear when I'm ready, I'll fly us out of here. And it just reminds me a little bit like that everything's a journey. Like we can't rush the process. Like when we're ready, that's when everything will happen. And clearly, like everybody's here for a reason. Like we're not just here because I don't know, but like I hope we're not just here because like we're being forced to. Like hopefully it's like a choice for everybody. Like and you want to be here, and like just know, like just trust the process a little bit, and everything will get better. I know it's hard to like keep thinking about that on your mind, but like just know everything will get better.
That was so powerful, Miles. Thank you for sharing. Mimi, you're next.
So like I wrote like a poem. So it's like we all go through hardships, but we're still here. We survived. We went through something that caused us pain, but I'm happy we all made it out. Now we're getting the help we need to become better for ourselves, letting our minds heal and our hearts flourish. We are here for a reason. We just need to be strong enough to make it out. And so far, you're doing great. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Gosh, that was really moving. Thanks, Mimi. Mercedes, you were up and then down. Do you want to share or no?
Yeah, sure. So I kind of wrote a poem, I think. S is for the strong people around me, T is for the time we take, R is for the room for growth, and I is for the impressions we make. The D is for doing our best, and E is for let's elevate. Yeah.
Nice. What did it spell out? Like, did it spell something down?
Stride.
Stride.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes. Thanks so much, Mercedes. Really appreciate that. Emmy, I saw your hand too. Oh, and now you're up again. Okay, go ahead.
It's kind of embarrassing. It's like really cheesy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I'm judged? But it's like I don't know if I want to share it or not. But yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna share it. It's a poem. Yeah. It says, happier and comfortable, you give me your time. You're working on your mental state as I am mine. Fighters with more in us than UFC Fight Night. We are all here together and doing what's right. We matter as we make... What? Oh, I don't know what I meant to say here. We matter as much as we say to each other. This group we have here is like no other. Yeah, it's really cheesy, but
That, yeah, thank you. This is a pro cheesiness space. It's cheesiness is welcome. But B, that was really meaningful. Thanks for trusting us enough to share with us. Does anyone have any thoughts about like reflecting on this as a whole, like what it was like to do each activity, or what it was like to hear from other people about what they were proud of themselves in the group? Was the first part easier or harder than the second part? Miles.
In my opinion, the second part was definitely much easier. Just like being able to write words down on the paper. Like drawing's kind of hard just because like I know like me personally, I get really self-conscious about drawing, like just because I can't draw, so it's like very hard to like put what I picture on the paper. But yeah, the second part was definitely a lot like easier and better for me personally.
Thanks for sharing. So writing is your the mode that you prefer to express yourself.
Yeah.
Totally. Emmy, how about you?
I just thought the second part was easier because it's easier for me to see the good, or like in other people than in myself. Like I'm always prouder than other people. Yeah, than myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I do this activity, most people agree with that sentiment. Praz, what are you thinking?
For me, it was actually, I thought the first part was easier because just like I feel like drawing comes a little more naturally to me than writing, and I think it's easier for me to just like start drawing how I feel, and then like after the fact find a way to connect it back to like whatever, you know, like what I'm proud of. But like I can't really do that with poetry. And also I wanted to ask Miles that the lyrics that you said earlier sound so familiar, and I can't like put my finger on them. Like what is that song that you were talking about?
It's called This Is Home.
And who's the artist?
T.O.B. Duke. I've never heard of him before, like last week, but.
Thanks, Miles. And thank you, Praz. I think so much of for some people, the expressing of emotions is really nonverbal and comes out easier in like a visual way. So that makes a lot of sense that's like, it's easier for you to express yourself that way. It's just so different for different people. Mercedes, how about you?
I was gonna say the same thing as Emmy. Like, I feel like it's easier for me to compliment other people, and I'm like more self-critical of myself. So it's kind of, the second part was easier for me than the first part, because I was kind of lost in like what to do. It kind of came to me after I started drawing. And the second part, I was like, oh, that's easy. Like, these people are awesome. And the first part, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
It's fair. Yeah, I was, I knew it'd be challenging. Well, I knew this would be challenging for people for lots of reasons, but that first one, I was asking for you to, it could be very out of your comfort zone if like negative self-talk is what you're more used to. So yeah, hopefully the flexing of the muscles of seeing positive was good practice, even though tough. So thanks everyone for sharing and being creative. We'll stop here and take a 14-minute break and come back at 2:30. Bye.
Are you tired of me? Yeah. I'm a little sick right now, but I swear. You can't do anything if you're running across the fucking lane, bro.
get through to me ain't with the foolery, ain't for raising the bar. I had to cut off some people who seem to deceive for the come from the life of the dark. Man, I got tired of hearing the sky's the limit, so I had to shoot for the stars. Woke up one day, I'm tripping, I'm EDD tripping, I'm living my life off the cars. Don't take a lot to get through to me, ain't with the foolery, aiming for raising the bar. I had to cut off some people who seem to deceive for the come from the life of the dark. Man, I got tired of hearing the sky's the limit, so I had to shoot for the stars. Woke up one day, I'm tripping, I'm EDD tripping, I'm living my life off the car. Damn, try to run up them down, we gon' get 'em. We had the blocks, so we sending them shots at the top, got my bed, I keep feeling stupid. That's 50 rounds, how you living? You talking tough, but you can't walk the walk, so we hit 'em up, now you limping. Stacking and stats, and it's all in the matches, we fuck it up, do it again. Let's have an entanglement, August and Jada, I'm on it with you and your friends. Just pussy and money, these hoes that worth nothing, they ain't got no love to give. The whole crowd that young adolescent pussy, you don't even care, I'm low key in the you gon' do what they get, I don't expect the apology. Biggie don't speak, but they out to me. Boy, how you know my music, but say you don't rock with me. You know I'm coming out 10 toes, I'm coming out hell strong. Them hoes, they break bones, so you better step wrong. Coming in this body tryna run, I expect I don't lie. Say shit a lie, get through to me, ain't with the foolery, ain't for raising the bar. I had to cut off some people who seem to deceive for the come from the light from the dark. Man, I got tired of hearing the sky's the limit, so I had to shoot for the stars. Woke up one day, I'm tripping, I'm EDD tripping, I'm living my life off the cars. Don't take a lot to get through to me, ain't with the foolery, aiming for raising the bar. I had to cut off some people who seem to deceive for the come from the light from the dark. Man, I got tired of hearing the sky's the limit, so I had to shoot for the stars. Woke up one day, I'm tripping, I'm EDD tripping, I'm living my life off the cars. You left me hanging and I was the one to ride for you. I was on my deathbed, I swear I would've died for you. When they got bad, I was the one right there to cry with you. Why would you think you all that
this
love that
nigga
I would
missed.
lie to you? Unexpected, I really drove them out for you. Left on the plane, but I thought that I'd be fly with you. One of a kind, I really thought I had an eye and gift for her. Broke my heart. Pain, I felt it, and nowadays I swear to God, love ain't helping. Got all these tears up in my eyes, had to stay up on my grind. And I ain't tapping with your feelings while you play with mine. I've been on my own, where you selfish. I really gave my all to you. You seem helpless, ain't really mean it for you. I thought that I could bolt you. Just trying to hold a nigga back, ain't wanna stall with you. I'm trying to tell you what my heart said. Open wounds, feeling pain, that's what my heart bled. And if we never speak again, I hope your heart fed. Conversations while I'm laying in that dark bed. I'm not deserving your love, but I can't see you with nobody else. Sometimes I shut you down like I don't need nobody else. I'm just pushing everyone away till there's nobody left. Now it's like I'm begging you to stay like everybody else. Unless your circumstances change, who's around you? You heal my pain, I'm so happy that I found you. Thinking now I'll probably go insane when I'm without you. Was watching everybody change, they were drowned. Now everybody looking for some fame that I found you. Never really put yourself things that surround you. Suffering depression from
Hang on that bitch.
fighting resurrected from the hate, now they crowns. Now lately it been bad bitches, palm trees, special liquor, bomb weed. Guess it's just a taste of the sun. Went in bed like someone since you saw me. Walking around with hard sleeves, I can't clear that space in my mind. Got my feelings in some chains in the cage they confine. Can't let it knock me down, I still stay on my ground. Tears falling on my face, on my waist is a line. Walking puddles full of pain, hope it change. I'm trying to tell you what my heart said. Open wounds, feeling pain, that's what my heart bled. And if we never speak again, I hope your heart fed. Conversations while I'm laying in that dark bed. I'm not deserving your love, but I can't see you with nobody else. Sometimes I shut you down like I don't need nobody else. I'm just pushing everyone away till there's nobody left. Now it's like I'm begging you to stay like everybody else. work bad. I'm not deserving your love, but I can't see you with nobody else. Sometimes I shut you down like I don't need nobody else. I'm just pushing everyone away till there's nobody left. Now it's like I'm begging you to stay like everybody else. Are you tired of me? Yeah. I'm a little sick right now. My eyes when I'm ready, I don't fly inside of here. Really don't care. Just make things fair. Can't stop thinking about the rest. Through the hole right through my flesh. Took my heart out my chest. Tracing his face, dreams.
Right when you go on good look.
Hey, yo, AD, what you doing, dawg? Go take a look to get through to me and with the foolery from the raisin bars. I had to cut off some people who seem to deceive for the cover, no life in the dark. Man, I got tired of hearing the sky's the limit, so I had to shoot for the stars. Woke up broke down, I'm tripping, I'm easy tripping, I'm living my life.
Clip it!